Yo, what's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. If this is your first time here, I'm your boy Aray, and I'm with my co-host Aunn. Aunn, say what's up.
What's going on, guys?
All right, in today's podcast episode, we're gonna do something pretty fun. We found this article that basically ranked the top 10 anime fan bases of all time. So Owen has no idea what any of these anime in this all-time ranking list are. So he's gonna try guessing a couple, and then we'll kind of head into it from 10, 9, 8, 7, and so on until number one. But yeah, Owen, well, what are your thoughts
Yeah,
real quick on anime fan bases before we head into this one?
anime fan bases can vary heavily, right?
Yeah.
You got the One Piece fan base that's basically all become marketers, right? Then you have then you have the My Hero fan base that just be mad sauce. Uh,
Come on, man.
then you got the
Honestly, though,
dark.
I gotta give it to them, man, for their dedication and shit. I know some shit is out of pocket, bro, but the dedication be there for
No, for sure. Shout out Issa for that one.
real.
Then we got the Naruto fans that never want to watch One Piece because
Mhm.
they watch Naruto and then they think One Piece is too long, even though Naruto and One Piece are pretty much the same
Yeah,
size ish. Um, JoJo fans go crazy for JoJo. Like
yeah, for
it's
sure.
it's it's honestly wild. Um, what else is there? Honestly, what do you think?
I
Like
mean, honestly, bro, I don't want to give too much insight into some of the list, but you've done a pretty good job, man. Let's just keep it at that.
like personally, what do you think are the craziest fan bases? Like not off the list, but just generally.
Um, that's tough, man. That's tough. Putting me on the spot here. I mean, obviously, I feel like as a One Piece fan, I've seen some crazy and OD shit from One Piece fans. Like they go crazy on it, like
One
the
Piece
D
fans,
riding.
they're crazy. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. As one myself,
Mhm.
I will sacrifice my life, bro.
Dude.
Like yo, if Oda has to die, right?
Mhm.
I w- I don't know if I'll personally sacrifice my life, but someone will definitely be tribute if need be to sacrifice for Oda.
That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. Uh,
But
but yeah, no, I
yeah,
was gonna just say like One Piece fans, they deride One Piece like crazy, but respectfully so. Like it's
respectfully so.
justifiable. The show's elite. So I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I at one point I used to deride One Piece, and I've kind of cooled off, but I still love One Piece. So gotta shout out the fans for One Piece out there. Obviously, there's a lot of other fan bases that are just wild and but yeah, I mean,
No, but
it's kind of cool. Like each one is like their own entity. Like One Piece fans are very different than My Hero fans, and My Hero fans are obviously a lot different than like Dragon Ball fans or Fairy Tail fans. It's just cool, you know.
yeah, now fairy tale fans, no, they're a different breed.
Sorry.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
When you on that last episode, when you said Fairy Tail was the number one ranked anime, I swear to God, like that was the most genuine reaction you could get. Like, I swear, I was like, "There's no way," because I felt like ChatGPT could pull some shit like that off, and I was like, "Yo," I had no like idea that you were playing my ass. I swear to God, that shit because I rewatched it. It was so funny. Oh my
Mhm.
God. But yeah, let's get into number one. Okay, prediction for number 10. I mean, I'll do a prediction for
Yeah,
number 10.
yeah,
I'll do a prediction for number 10. We last last episode was JoJo's for number 10. I
yeah.
think I'm gonna go JoJo's number 10 again.
Okay, so you ready for this?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yep.
So this particular author of this article has Bleach as the 10th most loyal fan base in all of anime.
Okay. So if I had like a primary and secondary,
Mhm.
primary I would be a One Piece fan. Secondary, low key, you got me as a Bleach fan. Even more than an AOT fan, because even though I love AOT, like don't get
Mhm.
me wrong, I love AOT.
For sure.
But the thing is, so many people haven't watched Bleach, and Bleach is just that anime, bro. It's so good. Swordplay is phenomenal. The story, like, okay, there's a season full of filler, but you could skip that, right? Other than the filler, I swear to God, pound for pound, like Bleach is nice and it's crazy. And you could see the loyal fan base coming out of me right now, bro. Like I love Bleach. Bleach actually just the first episode came out or is about to come out. I haven't watched it yet. But we're in for a hell of a season. This is about to be that last final arc type thing. Oh, yo, this is about to be the final arc for Bleach. It's about to be the final arc for AOT. Yo, rip the old gen right now.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's about to be crazy, but Bleach fans. So I've met people that are only like that are primarily Bleach fans, and bro, these guys they will go to any extent to put you on. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I am the same way. But I feel like Bleach's fan base, what we kind of like thrive on is the cool fights, right? You know, a lot of
Yeah,
anime
for
out
sure.
here they have like some animes for the titties, some animes for the story. You know, I feel like there's not too much of that in Bleach. I think
Mhm.
the sword play though in Bleach is just phenomenal, and I think that's what we love the most about it. But yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
About
no.
Bleach as a
So
whole?
one thing that you told me like a while back in one of our pods where you were telling me that Bleach fan base, like the fans of Bleach, they're a lot more chiller than typical fan bases. And I don't know, honestly, I think that's pretty correct because I've had a bunch of friends that are huge Bleach fans, but they've never forced me to watch it. They've only told me that, just get past the bound arc or just skip it and then you're good to go, which obviously I haven't done that yet. But yeah, I mean, I think that's true. But the Bleach fans kind of died out, obviously, because the anime hasn't been out for years. And then now we got the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and now they're all coming back, which is pretty hype. I mean, we can't just have people hopping into Bleach off rip now because this is like a huge separation from the earlier Bleach. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to watch all of it before this one comes out, but the hype behind it is crazy, which just kind of goes to show the loyalty behind Bleach. So I do
I
think they
feel like
have loyal fan base. Yeah.
yes. So I want to touch upon that chill part you're talking about.
Yeah.
So even me, right, with you don't watch Bleach, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge Bleach fan. I don't like market Bleach as much. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's because I feel like since you've already watched Bleach, I don't really have to market it to you because you know how it is and you know what
Yeah.
it is, right?
Yeah.
But generally, we want the fan base to be very specialized, like not specialized, but like we don't want newcomers in Bleach. Like I would never put like a newcomer to go to Bleach. Like that's what it is. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want like usually it's like I put people that have watched many anime before and love the shonen genre
Okay.
to get into Bleach like that. Yeah. But I don't know, Bleach is just a very good anime as a whole. I'm excited for the new Thousand Year Blood War arc part 2, and it's just about to be a movie. So, yeah.
All right. So let's get into the next one. So standing at number 9 for the most loyal fan bases is Naruto.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even a question.
Right.
I'm like surprised this is at 9. Like I'm
Yeah.
surprised
Like
it's at 9 because
we knew this was
so
going to be on the list for sure, right?
no, this was a guarantee on the list.
Yeah.
And like when I was growing up, everybody was watching Naruto. Like no, like when I say like 8 out of 10 people in the United States have watched Naruto first. Naruto is like, I think this is what people love about Naruto, and I think this is what the fan base loves about Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the motivation. It's about there's more to just the fighting with Naruto. Naruto is a character that kind of shapes, like I'm gonna be dead ass, like people really base their like motivation and whatnot off of Naruto. Like
For sure.
Naruto, he always says one thing, right? About his nindo and his ninja way is not giving up or whatever. What's his nindo
That's
again?
basically it. That's basically it.
Yeah, so basically it's like not giving up, right? And
Yeah.
this like theme gets introduced to us like throughout the show, like so many times. Like we'll hear that's my nindo, and then I feel like people have watched Naruto while they're growing up. You don't really see people watching Naruto when they're like 17, 18,
Mm-hmm.
19. You normally see people watch Naruto when they're like 11, 12, you know, when their character and mindset is kind of being shaped. And I
Right.
think Naruto, like it has like even in the gym community, I see so many people rocking Naruto and like
100%. Yeah.
like repping Naruto because it's not because the way Naruto was, he wasn't OP. He was always the black sheep. He was always worst in his class, you know, the looked down upon. Like he was always that type of dude. And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that. And
Hmm.
then he became him. Like Naruto became him at the end of the show. So it's like, you know, if Naruto can do it, anyone can do it. And
Right.
then the lessons that he brings along the way are just very like they align with real life and you can kind of, you know, implement them into your own life. So and also people love Naruto and people love like because Naruto is their first anime,
Hmm.
there's a special heart that takes in everybody's, you know, it takes a special place in everybody's heart because it's the first anime. So that's why people, you know, even my cousin, you know, like he watched Naruto first,
Hmm.
but he loves One Piece more. But there's still that special place in his heart for Naruto, and I know like he knows that too. And that's just because I think it's because of the amount of lessons it teaches throughout the show.
Hmm.
But yeah, well, what's your thoughts on?
Pretty much with everything that you said, that's honestly high key facts. Just one quick note on that. So, in terms of like it being everyone's first anime, that's mostly true for everyone in the West because it was probably the only easily accessible one, especially in our age range. Like nowadays, you can watch anything online. But back then, when we were growing up, Naruto was on Cartoon Network, so that's something that we could have all watched, and that's why a lot of people started watching from from Cartoon Network and whatnot, Toonami, and Naruto was that. Naruto was that. You know what I mean? Like there was Dragon Ball, which a lot of people did love and still love. There were some other enemies as well. One Piece was on like 4 Kids TV, and it was kind of watered down. And honestly, man, it wasn't that great. I know, don't get mad at me, but it was
No,
just different at the time. You know what I mean? But
no, I
yeah,
feel you.
at the time, Naruto was like the anime. So generally in the West, it's most people's first anime, and that's why, like you said before, it holds a special place in people's hearts. Just for me, for example, we were doing our top 5 anime of all time, and even though I don't think Naruto is the top 5 anime, I had to keep it in there just because it was one of the first ones I ever watched. But yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, literally, like I was thinking about you while I was saying all this because I know that you have watched so many anime. Like you've watched so many good anime,
yeah,
but Naruto will still be in your top five just
hell
because
yeah.
you know it holds that special place in your heart.
Mhm.
Also, like you told, like literally, you've told me that like, how Naruto kind of shaped you
Yeah,
when you
for
were
sure.
little. So I think I'm speaking this as a person that knows a Naruto fan very well. So that's where kind of I got all my points from. But yeah,
Yeah.
Naruto's a phenomenal show. It's a phenomenal show. But as a One Piece watcher, like yo, it's not top five. But yeah,
I don't know.
but yeah, let's get into the
Strictly,
next one. But
before we do, real quick, strictly fan base, they definitely up there. So I'll say it's a respectable spot. I mean, nine to me seems pretty low, but yeah,
no, fan base wise, definitely. It's not annoying. It's very like heartfelt, if
yeah,
anything.
for sure.
But yeah, I mean Naruto phenomenal. Nothing I can really, you know, I want to say bad stuff about it, but there's nothing. It's a really good show. Everyone has
Yeah.
their own opinion, and you know, Naruto is him. So let's get it.
All right. So at number 8 for the most loyal fan base in all of anime is One Piece.
Eight, yo, what is it? Yo. This shit is like reversed. Like I don't know what's going on here. Like if you thought like if anyone has a loyal fan base, it's One Piece. Why? Just look at me, bro. Like I will lit anyone I get in contact with. It does not matter who they are, how old they are, what they're doing.
Mhm.
If anime comes out of their mouth, One Piece directly comes after for me. Like I will put them on to One Piece or ask them, "Yo, you watch One Piece?" Like that's the first thing if they talk about anime. Like I'm literally crazy, and I know it's like it's kind of fucked. Like it's actually kind of weird, bro. Like, I will like if you ask any of my friends, and for all the OG viewers, you know how crazy I am, and you know how crazy One Piece fans are. Like, it's not even a competition. Like, this is honestly, it's flabbergasting that's even seventh. What do you think? Like, what do you think about that? That it
Dude,
being down at seven.
it's not even set as 8. That's the tough part.
Oh, eight, yeah, eight, yeah. That's tough. That's even tougher, bro. Like, shit.
I don't know, man. It's tough because for One Piece is so damn long, and for it to keep up its numbers and viewership, and keep on selling the manga at this length, like it's basically older than me at this point. It is older than me, and that's just insane, man. That it's still going on. I mean, it's a tribute to the story, but it's also a tribute to the loyal fan base. I know typically manga have and anime in general, they have a life cycle where it's like a bell curve. Like it starts off obviously small, and then it starts growing, and then it reaches a peak, and then after the peak it kind of dies down. One Piece isn't really like that. It had that peak and it started to die down, but then the Marine Ford War arc happened, and then it boosted it up again, and it isn't dying as much as some of the other anime are. Like if you look at the bell curve for each one of the animes or mangas, like their sales or whatnot, you can kind of see a different chart for One Piece. And I mean, you got to attribute to the loyal fan base because you're not getting 1,000+ episodes without this fan base. And on top of that, you got people like you that are just crazy about One Piece. They will defend it for literally anything, like the older episodes, newer episodes, the music, animation, literally everything. A One Piece loyalist will defend it till they die. I mean, they'll pull out like quotes of Zoro or some shit.
Dead ass, bro. No, it's so funny because every single One Piece fan I get in contact with,
Yeah.
obviously they're not as crazy as me. I'm like a 1%er crazy type shit. But everyone loves anime.
Mhm.
Everyone loves one, like those
Right,
people
right.
die hardly love One Piece. They watch it like, okay, so I have anime that I'll, kind of let soak up and then watch a couple at once, and then or I'll just and then there's some anime that I'm just gonna watch instantly every single week. And I have done that for One Piece ever since I caught up. And
Hmm.
I started watching when I was 12, right?
Yeah.
So you could say that I probably caught up when I was 13. So for 10 years I've been watching episode to episode. Like,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
That's
And
dedication, man.
and I feel like the only time I've seen that with another show is Game of Thrones. And you know the grip that Game of Thrones had on everybody. Like,
Yeah.
you'd go to school, you'd go to the office, you'd go anywhere. On that Monday morning, we're all talking about what the fuck just happened on that latest episode.
Mhm.
And for me, with all my One Piece friends, it's the same thing. On TikTok, it's the same thing. Whenever that new One Piece episode comes out, the amount of hype behind every single episode is genuinely crazy. So it being at 8, it's it makes no sense to me. I don't know where they're retrieving this data from. This
Mhm.
guy is definitely not a One Piece fan. He's definitely doing it because he has to, but he has to put One Piece up there.
Yeah.
But if it was me, I would put it one. But if I had to, I'd put it top 5 to not be disrespectful to anybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about One Piece, but definitely it should be, a lot higher. But yeah, that's my opinions and thoughts about it.
Okay. So let's get into the next one. So at number 7 for the most loyal fan base, we've got Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay, I haven't watched that. That was the mecha anime we were talking about last
Right,
time.
right. So this
So
is what
I
this is
yeah
one of the ones that Chat GPT said was a top 10 anime of all time.
yeah, I mean, I have never watched it, but if
Mhm.
Chat GPT says it's a top 10 anime, and then also on this list it has very loyal fans, I
Yeah.
can see that correlating heavily. You know, this kind of gives me the urge to go out and watch it. You know my thoughts on mecha anime. We were talking
Yeah.
about it. Yes, we were
Yeah.
talking about it last week. I don't really care whose hardware is better. Like, that makes no sense to me. Um, I just, if the fan base is this loyal, and ChatGPT says it's 10, I think it's worth giving a try. I don't know too much about the fan base, so I can't really give my opinion on
Right,
it.
right.
But do you know anything about the fan base?
I've never met. I mean, I've met one friend who's a fan of NGE, and he's told me to watch it multiple times. I kind of want to bring him on the pod because he knows a ton of underrated anime that I will literally never give it a chance. So I kind of want to bring him on the pod to help me out with that. But I mean, I guess that kind of goes to show the loyalty behind this anime because again, this came out in the '90s, so for it to still be somewhat relevant and to be on these top all time lists is, I mean, it might speak to the volumes of the loyalist fans of NGE.
Yeah, I mean 1990s. That's wild.
Yeah,
Like before we were even born. That's actually pretty crazy.
yeah,
Um,
right.
if an anime can have fans that loyal, yeah, it definitely has to be. It definitely has to have some good substance in it.
Yeah, for sure.
For for all the people that haven't watched what's this NG
Yeah.
and you like mecha stuff like robots and whatnot,
Hmm.
um, I mean this is like the perfect anime, pretty
All
much.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So let me get into the next one because it's also very similar to
Wait,
NGE.
can I guess this? Don't tell me it's
Yeah.
Code Geass.
No, it's not.
Okay, I was about to go off, bro. Yo, Code Geass and Full Metal Alchemist.
Mhm.
Those two, I cannot wrap my head around. Like, how do people love this shit so much?
Hey
But yeah,
man, if it makes you feel better, none of those are on the list. So
thank God. Thank God. Like, if anyone has seen if anyone's seen the last episode, where ChatGPT was basically ranking the top 10 anime, they put
mhm.
Full Metal second, and it was the funniest thing because I knew that they were gonna do something like that, and I just hate FM. I don't like hate's a strong word. I dislike FMAB. I watched the whole thing, so it's not like I'm speaking out of context. Like you know how these
Mhm.
guys be like, "Oh, I hate One Piece," but they haven't watched it. Bro, I see so many people like that. It's not even funny.
For
But
sure,
like,
for sure.
I'll at least give it a try, and
Mhm.
I gave it a try to the point I watched cover to cover, like, and it's good. Like it's good. It's a good anime. But please don't say it's top 10. Please don't say it's number one. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. Well, I could go on rant for FMAB forever, bro. Yeah.
All
Wait,
right,
so what's the next one?
all right. So number six is another mech anime, and it's Gundam.
Okay, Gundam. I don't know too much about Gundam, honestly. I know it's like another mecha anime.
Yeah.
Um,
So
the
let me put
litter,
you on. Let me give you some context for this real quick.
yeah,
So this came out in the '70s. So earlier we were talking about NGE and how it was in the '90s and how it's still relevant today. Could you imagine an anime from the '70s still being relevant to today for it to
that's
even make
actually
this list?
that's crazy. I didn't even know they made anime back then, bro. Sheesh. So the only reason I even know about
Mhm.
Gundam is because there was this is like a little behind the scenes for everybody. Um Basically I was doing some research on a competitor company for DropClick. It's called High
Mm.
Ground, right? And they made a keyboard. Basically they made a keyboard and they collaborated with Gundam. And I was because they collaborate with like JJK, they collaborated with Attack on Titan, so they get like mad good collabs for all their products. And then their most recent one was actually a Gundam collab. Keyboard looks sick, but I was like, yo, what the hell is Gundam? Like uh, I'm a co-host
Mhm.
on an anime podcast. I don't even know what Gundam is. So and I did a bit of research on what it was, but they made the products look super cool, and that's pretty much the only reason I even know about them. But yeah,
They've definitely done a ton of collabs. The Gundam series. I know. I'm pretty big into sneakers. I would buy them and I sell them. A couple years ago, sneaker market is kind of dead now, but I remember a couple years ago there was a Gundam sneaker that was actually reselling, and I was like, "What the heck? What's Gundam?" And that's when I first started to realize that Gundam is an anime, and it was just kind of cool. Then I saw a bunch of videos, and so like when you first learn about something, you start seeing it everywhere. So after I learned about it from a sneaker collab, I saw a video and it was like a giant like robot statue kind of thing in Japan. And yeah, ever since then I've started seeing it all over the place. So I mean, again, for it to be around for about 50 years now is just absolutely insane. and maybe it's time we check out some of these older anime own. But yeah, I mean, it's so crazy
I,
to be up there.
honestly, I think I might have to, bro. Like the fact that they have they're still relevant to this day and they're still
Mhm.
making collabs to this day. It's honestly crazy. Like the
Right,
70s, bro.
right,
But I have one thing to say about mecha animes and mecha in general. First
yeah.
of all, best mecha ever, Transformers, right? Secondly, second best, I mean the best cartoon type of mechas. I don't know if you've ever played this game on Cartoon Network when like super long ago. It was this Powerpuff Girls game, right? I think it was
Bro,
Powerpuff Girls. I don't even remember. But the fact that I played that bro, it was two basically you pick your robot, they pick their robot, and y'all
hmm
just go him. And that game was my childhood. It was like when I was probably 6, 7. It was amazing, bro. But yeah, shout out to Go Cartoon Network for having the most elite games out there. But yeah,
no, for sure.
yeah, let's get into the next one.
All right, so for number five, of course, this anime had to make a reference right here, and for the most loyal fan base at number five is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, yeah, I mean, honestly, I put them 10th. It's kind of crazy that I put them 10th
Hmm
because every JoJo's fan that I met, they go crazy for that shit.
They're
Like,
crazy about it for sure.
no, they're like one of my boys.
Hmm
I remember we had a group, and then his name was Speedwagon, like Speedwagon. Not even not even JoJo or Dio, like not even one of the main
Bro
characters.
said Speedwagon. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like he loved Speedwagon, the Speedwagon Foundation, and how it's
Mhm.
like the CIA basically of that shit.
Mhm.
But I watched JoJo's. You know my thoughts on JoJo's. It's a phenomenal anime. I just think that it kind of fell off at the Josuke part, but the fan base is definitely fucking crazy out here.
Bro,
But
they're almost cult like, right? Would you say that?
I would say that for sure. I haven't
Yeah.
met too many, to be realistic. I haven't met too many, but the ones I've met, number one, just the number one anime. Like they're gonna
Mhm.
put you on to JoJo's. But how many, like, have you met any? And what's your thoughts
Yeah.
on
So the first one that I've ever met, I was working at my first ever job. It was a sports store in the mall. So, you wouldn't expect
Fire?
a lot of anime talk, you know what I mean? My manager pulls up out of nowhere. He's like, first thing he tells me, literally, I'm a trainee. He goes, you have to watch JoJo's. And I was like, okay. I mean, I watch anime, so I don't know. I've heard of it. Is it good? And then for the next week, every single day, he asked me what episode I'm on. So then I kind of bullshitted him, and then I finally started watching it, and then I liked it. But he was just fucking crazy. He was a crazy dude in general, but I feel like that's a good amount of JoJo people, like fans right there, that are as crazy as him. So, I mean, that was my first experience with a JoJo's fan. I put a couple of my friends onto JoJo as well because I don't know. I feel like there's a weird vibe, like a good vibe, a good weird vibe to JoJo fans, and yeah, I put a couple of them onto it, and they ended up liking it. For example, Issa, man, Issa's also a JoJo's fan. I put him onto it.
JoJo's? It's a nice anime. It's a good anime.
Mhm.
I The only thing that I would want to change is just if we could keep Hamon instead of the stands, that would be so good for me. I think I think for me, I really like hand to hand combat. I don't like
Mhm.
mechas. I don't like a ghost or spirit doing stuff for you. I like it when you're doing your own thing. But that's just me. I know people love, the stands. And I think one thing that resonates with all JoJo fans, and for me too, it's the way they speak. Like they go,
Yeah,
Zawarudo. Like
I love that shit, man.
Star President. It's fucking crazy, bro. I love how they do that shit.
For sure.
It sounds so good. And just the sound effects in JoJo's, like
Yeah, Loki,
like when
crazy,
he's
man.
when he's punching, oh no, no, like it's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Loki, JoJo's is the originator of Kaido's laugh. Like, yo, they started with the oh no, 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 with the punching, and now that's literally Kaido's laugh. That shit is iconic though, Kaido's laugh. But yeah,
Thanks.
JoJo's iconic anime. great fan base. Honestly, they're not annoying. They're
Yeah, they're
they
not.
just
They're
tell you,
funny. They're fun
yeah,
people.
yeah. They put you on to good shit. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah. But yeah, let's get into the next one.
All right. Before we do it, just one quick thing. Honestly, man, this is another long running series, and it's kind of crazy that people are still looking forward to it. And plus, the manga's still going on, and we're on part like almost 10 or some shit like that. So just kind of crazy to say. But yeah, let's hop into the next one. All right. So this next one for the fourth most loyal fan base out there in all of anime, it is Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, Hunter x Hunter. This deserves a loyal fan base. Why?
Hmm.
Because of not the anime itself, but the story behind the anime, right? We had such a good anime. It was going so good. It was climbing so high, and bam, the author just gets sick. Like, bro, what?
Hmm.
Like, even like I'm not even that much of a Hunter x Hunter fan. Like, it is in my top 10 for sure, but just the story is so sad. Like, I wanted more. Like, we were
Yeah.
talking about this on the last pod. Like, and like Hunter x Hunter would definitely be in my top five, like cemented in my top five if we got a good ending. Like, we have such iconic characters in Kilo and Gon, like iconic villains, and honestly, it's my second favorite power system in all anime. Like,
Okay.
yeah, top five for sure. Power systems. Like, I love the Nen. It was just it got rushed obviously at the end because of what was going on. Um, just the way it progressed was so phenomenal. I feel like I'm repeating myself from the last pod, but it was action upon action upon action until we got, kind of the writer got, sick and whatnot, and it
Yeah.
literally just cut off. But phenomenal show. I feel very bad for the fans. I can, kind of sympathize for y'all. I'm also one of y'all, to be honest. But let's just hope, maybe like there's a comeback for it.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, what's
just
your experiences? Yeah.
yeah, just kind of going off that. So it's kind of crazy because it hasn't been serialized like new chapters in so long because obviously the author's health. But he recently, I think, put out 25 chapters this year or last year, and he started to put up a few more here and there. Like the last few years, he was doing like a couple of chapters a year, which is basically nothing if you want to compare it to anime episodes. It's probably like an episode or two. So to be a fan for that type of anime that just literally not getting more chapters, or even if you're a manga fan, not just an anime fan, it's kind of crazy, man. Could you imagine if One Piece was putting out like 5 chapters like a year? I know that would piss you off, but for you to still love the story and still stick with it is honestly pretty amazing, man. So I got to give respect to Hunter x Hunter fans out there because it's definitely not easy not being able to get, a satisfying ending or just even a completion or even in general chapters, which just obviously really sucks. So I mean, I gotta say the fan base out there, man, you guys are loyal as hell, and you guys definitely deserve that number 4 spot. But yeah, in terms of what you were saying earlier, um, my experience with Hunter x Hunter fans, I mean, I watched Hunter x Hunter. It had a 2011 remake, and that's the one I watched. Well, obviously, 2011 is a long time ago, but I still see a lot of people that are rocking Hunter x Hunter gear. This is actually a crazy. This is gonna sound crazy, but I was watching a TikTok, and it's just a bunch of NBA players, and they were asking, "Who's your favorite like cartoon character? Like which cartoon character reminds you of yourself?" And they were just going down the list. People were saying funny shit like Peter Griffin. Some people were saying Naruto. But this guy out of nowhere, my boy says Hisoka, bro. What the fuck?
Yo, the thing is,
I gotta find that.
I can't even like blame the dude because he's so even though he's kind of sus, right?
Nah,
Like,
bro is nah, dude is not some bro. Bro is a criminal, dog.
but dude is definitely sus, but he is strong as fuck. He uses his powers well. I love the
Yeah,
way he
yeah.
uses his powers, and I like. Okay, so the reason I love him as a character so much is in the beginning we knew he was strong, but we didn't know that he was actually that strong.
Right.
Like, because he was in the entrance exam with them. So you expect
Uh,
everybody to be like a kind of general similar level, but then you have Hisoka that is honestly
yeah, he was
light years
fronted,
ahead
bro.
of pretty much.
Bro was
Yeah, he was
fronting.
light years ahead of everybody in that, and I think even now, like current day going would have a good fight with Hisoka now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, yo, let's get
But
into the
yeah,
next one. All right, so this next one is honestly, bro, before we even get into this next one, man, I just gotta say the fans for this particular series are absolutely insane and absolutely loyal. So number three for the most loyal fan base of all of anime slash manga is Berserk.
okay, I haven't watched Berserk yet, and this is one anime that I do want to get into.
Mhm.
I actually saw this guy on TikTok, and I know like this guy might be the biggest Berserk fan.
Mhm.
Um, so is Berserk the one with the guy with the long sword?
Yeah, yeah. His name is Guts.
Guts, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, there's this guy on TikTok, and he made a real life version, like a wooden real life version of that sword.
Mhm.
And like he has a series on his TikTok where he goes like wielding the sword till I
Oh yeah,
wielded
I've
like
seen that guy.
guts.
I actually seen that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually crazy. Like the dude is swinging around this massive
Yeah.
sword, probably as
Yeah.
big as him, and this guy is it really feels like he's in an anime the way he's doing it. Like he's putting in that work, the daily grind. Um, I do want to shout this guy out. I literally just don't know who he is, or else I would love to throw his name out there.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude's phenomenal. I mean, that's what you call a loyal ass fan, bro.
Yeah.
He's out there putting in daily work to look and feel like my boy Guts. Like that's if there's a level of like support, that has to be the most that I've seen
Mhm.
from an individual trying to become like just like the character. But yeah, have you've watched Berserk?
I've never watched it, but everyone in our Discord is literally telling me to either no, they tell me not to watch the anime. They all tell me to read the manga, which I know you ain't into reading the manga, but they're all saying you need to read the manga. Every single person, every single time I ask for a manga recommendation, it's always read Berserk, man. Read Berserk, read Berserk. So, I mean, if that doesn't speak volumes on how much and how loyal these fans are for Berserk, I mean, I don't know what does because literally nonstop, it's always read Berserk. I would love to shout out these members, but I don't know if they want me to. But if you guys are listening, you guys know who you are. But yeah, looks like Berserk would definitely be on the top three just based off of that. I mean, my experience, I would say.
Berserk is also a very old anime, right?
Yeah, so I think the anime is very old. I think they might have done a newer one with like CGI, which I heard wasn't good. I think the mangaka also recently passed away, so rest in peace. But yeah, I know there was a lot going on with Berserk in general, but yeah. But yeah, enough of the enough of Berserk. Let's hop into the next one. Cool.
Yep.
All right, man. This one, low key, it has a valid spot here at number two, and that is at number two for the most loyal anime fan base is Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Dragon Ball Z has a first of all had a grip on the US, right?
A fat
When
grip,
there
bro.
when there was nothing like even I watched Dragon Ball Z and back in the day
Mhm.
I didn't so I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z as a whole, but I've watched episodes of Dragon Ball Z and I actually had a Goku a figurine of Dragon Ball Z, and I never watched like I never. This was when I was probably 5, so I didn't wasn't actually watching the show. The
Mhm.
only thing that I knew about that show, fucking cool ass hair,
Mhm.
big ass explosions, and the Kamehameha. Like I
Yeah.
think Kamehameha, that like that phrase just
It's
it
iconic,
kind of
man.
it kind of elevated Dragon Ball as a
Mhm.
whole, and it kind of like what do you call it? It's kind of ingrained in every anime watcher's head. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you haven't watched Dragon Ball, you have watched Dragon Ball. Doesn't matter if you don't watch anime, you do watch anime. We all know about the famous Kamehameha. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
what walk of life you're from. Honestly, like I have some friends that don't even know what anime is type, but they will still they know what
Right, right.
Kamehameha is. Like, yeah, it's honestly like this was the first anime that I would say insane fights. It's like okay, when you think of anime, right? Especially if you're talking about somebody that's looking from the outside inside, the
Hmm.
first thing they think of is Dragon Ball Z, like for
Right.
sure. And that's not even a question. Like Dragon Ball Z, I know it's not as popular in the anime community as it is now, as it was before. I mean, um, but it's I know it still holds a special heart in everybody's a special place. I did this again. It holds a special place in everybody's heart,
Yeah.
and it's the icon. It's the most iconic anime ever. Like in my opinion, it is the most iconic anime ever. And Kamehameha is the most iconic anime phrase to ever grace this earth. But yeah, what do you think?
So kind of going off what you said, it's actually kind of crazy because my dad used to watch Dragon Ball with me when I was a kid, and this dude to this day still says Kamehameha to try to like trigger me or whatnot. I don't even know, man. But if my dad knows it, this 50-plus-year-old guy, I don't know, man. It's just kind of crazy. But yeah, in terms of the fan base, man, a lot of you guys are hell loyal just because, first of all, it's coming out with the new like series. I think it's called Dragon Ball Super. Plus, there's a couple of movies. All of y'all keep going out there and keep watching it. They keep creating more. And honestly, I don't blame y'all because if there was so the last one that came out, I wasn't too hyped for. But there's if they were to do like a crazy, I don't know, a Goku versus Broly part two or like a remake or something like that, I would watch that instantly, like no questions asked. But yeah, just to kind of emphasize on that, like Dragon Ball, like the fans are crazy. A lot of you guys are getting violated for being fans of Dragon Ball, and because obviously the plot isn't the same as some of the other animes out there. And then if you die, you come back to life and all that. Everyone clowns on Dragon Ball fans, but what I noticed about Dragon Ball fans is these guys come back no matter what, and they still watch the show, they enjoy it. So I don't really see anything wrong with it as long as they're enjoying the show. So yeah, I mean, they're definitely loyal for sure. I mean, the series is also pretty old, and for them to keep coming back and watching more and more, even if the show is just running out of ideas with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God 2, uh Goku Black, like you know what I mean? It's just crazy. So many weird transformations, Gold Frieza, you know what I mean? We're just adding colors and numbers, but it's still entertaining to them. So they're pretty loyal for that. But yeah, I mean
There's
that's pretty much it. What's up?
no, there's one thing I don't like about Dragon Ball Z fans, and I think Dragon Ball Z people do this the most, and that's power scaling with other anime. Like we
Oh
know
yeah.
fucking Goku can break a planet, right? That
Hmm.
shit does not correlate with other anime. Don't say that. Oh, Goku
Yeah.
could just beat all the One Piece verse. Like,
Yeah,
no shit.
yeah.
It's a whole different anime. Like, I hate that part of Dragon Ball Z fans, and they do this so much. They do it within their own, within Dragon Balls. Like this guy could beat this guy. That guy was stronger than this guy at this time. Like
Hmm.
they love doing these, like especially since the famous quote overnight that like power levels was introduced in Dragon Ball. I think they take that shit up first of all up the ass, and they love for like throwing that onto other anime. Like, no shit, Goku is gonna beat Zoro. Like it does not no shit. We don't like it's not the same anime, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the only annoying thing about Dragon Ball Z fans. It's just the power scaling that they love
You,
doing.
you know what I you know what I say to them whenever this argument comes up?
What's up?
I always just tell them, man, Sailor Moon would literally shit on anyone from any anime universe. So you literally can't you literally can't say anything.
Yeah, like it makes no sense. Like these type of arguments, and I see this shit on TikTok so much, or there's like whole channels based on power levels and power scaling, and technically Kizaru is the speed of light, and then Rayleigh, attacked him, so he's also the speed of light. Like I don't think they really go that in depth with their move to move hits that people take it. Like
Mhm.
I think that okay, so like you know how crazy people get with the power scaling? They'll
Yeah.
be like, oh, a rock was flying at this speed, so technically Luffy was going
Oh
three
my
times the speed of
gosh.
sound, Like, no, bro. It's don't think of it as like, in my opinion, it's not that deep. Like, it really is not that deep. Um, every anime has their own power system. Every anime works their own way. Don't involve other animes with other animes. Like, it's like, oh, like when people do and Naruto fans do this so much too. This like Naruto fans do this so much. They'll like compare like Naruto to Luffy and be like, oh, like it's not gonna affect him because he doesn't have chakra. Like that does obviously because they're two different power skills. I don't want to keep going in on this, but yeah, if you do this power scaling shit, just stop that shit because it makes no sense. But yeah,
All right, man.
that was my little rant on the power scaling.
All right, man. Let's get into number one, man. Do you have a guess before we get into this one?
Number one, most loyal fans.
Yeah.
AOT.
Remember, not most popular, not most loved anime, but the one with the most like loyal fan base. So it doesn't even have even
Is
though I was
is
gonna say
Pokemon
like
part of this?
yeah.
Is Pokemon part of this
I mean, I don't see why not.
yeah, I'm picking Pokemon if Pokemon is part of this shit because I'm a Pokemon fan.
Mhm.
I'm 23, and even if I'm fucking 60, I'll still be a Pokemon fan. I watched that
Right.
shit when I was like 8 or 9, or whatever. I watched it 6,
Mhm.
7, and I don't watch it to this day. Like I don't watch Pokemon, obviously. But you talk shit about Pokemon in front of me, you getting a whole lecture. But yeah, that's my pick for number one. I would pick Pokemon personally too.
Mhm.
But yeah, what is it?
All right. Coming in at number one for the most loyal fan base out there for all of anime slash manga is My Hero Academia.
No way. Hold up.
No, no, I'm just playing.
Yo, stop this shit. You get me every time. You get me every time. That
Okay.
yo, you dead got me that. Yo, I can really see the list doing this. That's why. Like I'm
Hey man, it's honestly not a bad pick, bro. Y'all My Hero fans are crazy, bro. I don't know what y'all be on, man. For real.
Loki, this is an honorable mention, bro. Because that shit got me, and
Ooh,
I
let's
would have
let's do
believed.
that real quick. Honorable mentions before we do the number one. So My Hero, definitely on there for me. Konosuba, that's definitely a really hyped up, like popular anime. I feel like a lot of people like Vinland Saga too, especially nowadays.
Oh yeah, Vinland
Yeah.
Saga has a very very crazy fan base. Demon Slayer has a very
Mhm.
like Demon Slayer fans. They think that Demon Slayer is just the best anime. Like every person
Yeah,
that
that's facts.
I guess, especially the newer fans, the new little kids,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
Demon Slayer is just. I'm being dead ass, bro. Like these kids have not watched One Piece. They haven't watched Bleach, Naruto,
Mhm.
Death Note, Attack on Titan, and they're like Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer. Like, no, bro, chill. It's not the
Mhm.
best anime. It's mad good, animation wise, plot wise. Not really my favorite, but yeah, Demon Slayer. Um, JJK fans, they love that shit too.
Yeah. One Punch Man.
No, actually, yeah, yeah, One Punch Man. I mean, I have so many friends that tell me to watch One Punch Man.
Mhm.
My cousin always tells me to watch One Punch Man. It does have a really, really solid fan base. I just can't get into it for some reason. Again, I still have to give it that one last push, that one last
Mhm.
try, which I will do for sure. But yeah, I think those are definitely worth the honorable mentions, especially the One Punch Man. I really forgot about that,
Yeah.
but so many people have told me about that. Yeah.
All right. You ready for this, man? What number one is?
Yeah, I'm ready.
And I
Thank
won't
God it
I
wasn't
won't do
me.
it. I won't do a fairy tale one, man. I promise.
thank thank God it wasn't my hero. Thank God.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So coming in at number one for the most loyal fan base out there for all of anime slash manga is Pokemon.
Oh, let's get it. Yo, let's get that shit, yo. Hell yeah. That means I got it. Yo, that's
Bro, I was
actually
actually
fire.
surprised you got that, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
That's fire, bro.
But
That's
but
fire.
it's well deserved, man. Pokemon is literally a goat in the anime, like the anime world, man. Like literally, if you think about it, it has so many different avenues from games to movies to the TV show to trading cards to like literally in-app games. You know what I mean? Like it's so up there and out there that like, dude, there's so many loyal fans to Pokemon. You'll see people. dress up as Pokemon. Like it's fucking wild, man. And not even on that like wild shit. Like they're genuinely like Pokemon fans, and you could be of any age, and that's one of the coolest things about Pokemon because that's some shit that me and you grew up with, but it's also some shit that older people get into as well, and the newer generation is gonna get into too. So overall, man, Pokemon being out there as the most loyal fan base is very valid. I like that choice, man.
No, this is definitely like this is the only anime that deserves a spot over One Piece when it comes to loyal fans. Bro, there's whole ass TikTok channels that are straight people just opening up Pokemon packs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you know what's funny as fuck, right? I
Yeah.
saw a TikTok the other day, and man, so dude was at the club, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically he was opening Pokemon packs at the
Yeah.
club. And it
Yo.
was funny as hell because he got one of the bottle girls. So sometimes they hold signs,
Yeah.
right? And obviously that costs money and whatnot, right? And it said, um, this Pokemon pack has paid for the sign. It was funny as hell.
That's
But
hilarious.
there's even like straight TikTok channels that are testing people's Pokemon knowledge. And low key, I'd be watching
Oh
those
yeah, you be
channels.
watching those too? Yo, I'd be nice with it
Yeah.
too. I get so mad when they
Bro,
don't know like the basic ones.
bro, low key, I'm not gonna lie. For everyone, for all the viewers, so we have this little Pokemon game in our Discord. It's called Poke2,
So
and
fun.
my boy Aray is a demon at that shit. I'm not gonna lie. So basically, the way it works, and if you guys want to join, if you want to play and maybe beat Aray, we need someone to beat Aray, like straight up. So the way it works is, all right. You want to explain it because you probably know all the rules and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
better.
So whenever somebody talks in the chat, randomly Poke2 will have a Pokemon randomly spawn, or you can have like a incense, and Pokemon will rapidly spawn. So the first person to I guess catch it. So basically, you just type in the Pokemon's name and write down catch. And if you guys join, I'll kind of describe it to you a little bit more clearly here. But long story short, the first person to claim that Pokemon gets it. And as soon as I get that noti, I hit that channel, man, and I claim that Pokemon. I catch that shit. And then you could also battle and do other cool shit in there as well. But yeah, that's just what we've been doing. Me and a couple of the boys in the Discord, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Especially if you're a Pokemon fan, this is a cool way to kind of collect all the Pokemon. I like collecting shit, especially Pokemon. So this is something that's really fun to me. There's been a lot of Pokemon that I have no idea what they are, so it's so funny. It's like me and some of the boys will race on Google, and as soon as the notification comes, we'll hit Google and try to find out what Pokemon it is just based off its looks. But yeah, I mean overall, definitely join the Discord. It's hella fun, especially if you want to hop in, verse me in Poke2 or whatnot. We can have battles or whatnot. But yeah,
Yeah, there's also like one thing I also want to touch upon about, you know, Pokemon fans. Yo, do you remember the Pokemon Go era? Like,
yeah,
bruh, new game comes out, and I know, especially since you live near a big city, I live near a big city, bro. I went out, um, I went out in the city, and bro, when I tell you any like Central Park, any big location, any named location, there were thousands of people swarming like these big name like any type of statue, any type of like any even the Apple store, like any big buildings, Trump
yeah.
Tower, anything big, you
Mhm.
had mad people. Like when I tell you these guys are probably out here for like 8 hours a day in the scorching heat playing Pokemon Go, that's how crazy. Like that's the grip that Pokemon Go had on people in what was it, 2016 or something like
Yeah, it's
that.
like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, like I had some of my brother's friends and shit going in their car, going around. Like imagine actually physically spending money on gas, going out there, spending time, and spending like 4 or 5 hours going to catch Pokemon. Like I remember there was this park next to my house called Cannonball Park, and it was full of Growlits, and we used to just go there to get Growlits. And then another park next to my house was full of Dratinis. So we used to like go there for Drotinis. It's so crazy. Like that game got more people probably fit
Hmm.
than my fitness pal or some shit. Like it's actually crazy. Like I've seen I don't want to even violate my boy DJ Khaled like this, but like if he was playing Pokemon Go instead of being on Weight Watchers or whatever the fuck he was doing, he would have he would have lost all that shit. Like it was actually genuinely crazy the amount of people that were out actively walking. You ever see the meme where it's like you see this dude with like 10 phones attached to his bike
Yeah. Yep.
and
Yep.
he's
Yep.
trying to like it's like Pokemon Go had a grip on the world for a reason. And obviously it was a very innovative game. You know, you get
Hmm.
to catch Pokemon IRL. It's like a augmented reality type of game, which is, you know, first of its kind type thing. But the only reason I think it even worked to that scale was because of how good Pokemon was and how like how much people already knew about the franchise, you know? I feel
Exactly.
like 9 out of 10 people know Pokemon. It's like even if you watch Yu-Gi-Oh, you still watch Pokemon. Pokemon was just there for everybody. I think like I honestly want like a Pokemon theme park um in the US if there is. But one of my like dreams that I always had as a kid was to like ride a Charizard or like surf on a fucking
Yo, hold up, dog. What do you mean by that? Yo.
yo. Just like Ash did in the story, bro. Now
Whoa, I think you're watching the wrong Pokemon, my guy.
surfing on a Blastoise, you know, shit like that. It would be sick as hell. And I think like, yo, just the Pokemon designs, you just can't get better than that. Like Rayquaza, Charizard, Dragonite, Salamence. I could go on. Like, they just
Ew,
look
wait,
sick.
hold up. Did you just say Rayquaza?
What I say, Rayquaza?
Yeah, that's how you say it, bro.
I say Rayquaza. What I say, Rayquaza?
Nah, yeah, hell yeah, he said that, bro.
I probably said Rayquaza to appeal to everybody else, but I say Rayquaza too. Don't
All right,
worry,
good. I'm watching
because
you, man, bro.
I know most people be saying Rayquaza. So I'm like, I think because I haven't played the game or interacted with that word for so long, I think it just
Mm-hmm.
came out like that. But Rayquaza
Mm-hmm.
is the actual, you know, bro. Do you know who you're
No,
talking to? Come on now,
I'm just making
come
sure,
on
bro,
now.
because that's kind of sus, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta admit that's a yellow flag, a yellow card, a yellow card for me. But yeah, Rayquaza. One of my favorite movies for Pokemon was Destiny Deoxys. Like
Oh yeah, that was
that move,
fire.
that movie was so fire. All the Pokemon. Okay, so there's like so much about Pokemon. We got movies, TV shows, cards, games, mobile games, um, merch, like stuffed animals. Like recently, my little nephew got I because I just put them onto Pokemon literally last month. Um, got a Pokemon Pokeball with a Bulbasaur in it.
Yeah,
So I mean that was his starter. Apparently that's his starter now. My man started off with Bulbasaur. But last question before
yeah.
we wrap all of this up, who was your starter?
Who's my starter?
Who's your starter in the games? In the first initial Bulbasaur, Charizard, and
Uh
Charmander and Squirtle. Who's your
I played it so many times. I just ended up going with Squirtle though. I'd say that's my boy.
okay? So
Even though Charizard is kind of my guy. I don't know
yeah,
what it
nah, I feel
is.
you. I'm literally, I feel like nobody picks Bulbasaur. Low
Yeah,
key,
bro. Bulbasaur kind of mid, bro. Except your nephew, bro.
no, low key. I think that just came with the ball. Man, just got blessed with Bulbasaur. um, my first thing was Squirtle 2 in the game,
You're
especially. Squirtle was just elite. Especially for I think beating the first couple gym leaders. I
oh
think
yeah, yeah,
Squirtle
for sure,
was
for sure.
optimal. And anyways, but if I wanted an actual Pokemon IRL, Charizard, give me Charizard straight up. Like Charizard can fly and he can breathe fire.
Hmm.
Like what more do you want? You know. But I think that wraps everything up. Do you have any final comments?
Yeah, if you guys want, join our Discord, or if you guys want to, if it's easier for you guys, go to our Instagram. We're gonna be posting which fan base you guys think is the most loyal. Obviously, this was an opinion piece, which we'll link in the description. Credit to the author for writing this. I believe his name was Lewis Kemner. So credit to him. We just kind of base our opinions around his opinions, but this was off of his original article. So again, link will be in the description if you guys want to check out the original article. Let us know your guys' opinions. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode of Anime Plus. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. So yeah, with that being said, peace.
Peace.